The day I sued my son for $40 million, he couldn't remember the name of his own main character because he didn't write the books that made him famous. I did. Every single word. For 13 years, I was the ghost behind his glory, until he tried to bury me in a nursing home to keep me quiet. That's when I stopped being silent. Welcome to True Life. Grandma stories, where betrayal, secrets, and family drama are told through the eyes of a grandmother. Because silence may be quiet, but it's never weak. My son slams his hand on my dining table. The coffee cup jumps. I don't. I need those pages, Mom, now. Barrett's face is red. His designer suit is wrinkled. He drove here straight from the airport because his publisher called. Because book 8 is due in 4 weeks. Because he has a $12 million contract he can't fulfill. Because he can't write. I fold my hands in my lap. 71 years old, and I've never felt more powerful. No. What do you mean, no? His voice cracks. We have a deal. You write the drafts. I edit them. I make us both rich. That's how this works. Not anymore. He laughs. It's ugly. You don't have a choice, Mom. I'll get a court order. I'll have you declared incompetent. I'll tell everyone you're losing your mind. And I'll take everything in this house, including that manuscript. I stand up slowly, look him in the eyes. Try. That's when I knew my son, the boy I raised, the man whose career I built, was willing to destroy me to protect his lie. Let me tell you how I got here. 2 days earlier, I sat in the back row of Henderson's bookstore in downtown Savannah. Barrett stood at the podium. 200 people wrapped around the block to see him. His face on posters everywhere. America's literary voice, they called him. I wore my good dress, the blue one, brought him coffee, 2 creams, 1 sugar, the way he's liked it since he was 16. A woman in the front row raised her hand during Q&A. Mr. Thornton, your descriptions of grief are so raw, so real. Where does that emotional depth come from? Barrett smiled, the smile he uses for cameras. My mother died when I was young. I had to learn to process loss alone, to find words for feelings I couldn't share with anyone. I froze, my coffee cup halfway to my lips. His mother, dead. I was sitting 20 feet away, alive, invisible. After the reading, I walked up, waited in line like everyone else. When I reached the table, I held out the coffee. Mom. His smile vanished. What are you doing here? I wanted to see your reading. You were wonderful. Sloane appeared at his elbow. My daughter-in-law. She looked at me the way you look at a stain on expensive carpet. Willa, we've talked about this. Barrett's events are for industry professionals. You standing in line makes it look unprofessional. I'm his mother. Exactly. He took the coffee from my hand, set it aside. This is his career, not a family reunion. Barrett wouldn't look at me. Mom, please, just go home. But I thought, you're embarrassing me. His voice was cold, final. Please. I walked out, into the rain. I threw the coffee in the trash outside, got in my car, sat there for 20 minutes while the rain pounded the windshield and my chest felt like something was breaking inside it. That's when I decided. 13 years of silence. 13 years of watching him steal my words, my stories, my voice. It was over. When I got home, I climbed the stairs to my attic office, the room Barrett has never seen, never even asked about. 7 filing boxes lined the shelves, each one labeled with a title, each one containing a book, a best-selling novel that made Barrett famous and me invisible. Echoes of Autumn, his debut, the one that launched his career. I wrote every word. He couldn't get past page 15. Called me crying at 2 a.m. Mom, I can't do this. I'm not a writer. I'm a fraud. I should have told him then. Should have said, then don't pretend to be one. Instead, I said, let me help you with the first chapter, just to get you started. 1 chapter became 3. 3 became 10. By the end, I'd written the entire book, 347 pages. Every scene, every character, every word. Barrett polished it, changed a few sentences, added his name to the cover. It sold 2 million copies. Then came Book 2. Silent Waters. Mom, they want another one. Can you help again? Just this once? Book 3. Fractured Light. The publisher loves your work. I mean our work. One more? Book 4? Book 5? Book 6? Book 7? 13 years, 7 best-selling novels, $89 million in sales, movie deals, awards, magazine covers, all built on my words and Barrett's lie. I pulled out the box labeled Book 8, Whispers in the Dark. Inside was the complete manuscript, 403 pages. I'd finished it last month, spent 8 months writing it while Barrett did interviews about his creative process. The dedication page read, "For my mother, who taught me that some stories choose us." He'd write that after I gave him the manuscript, after he put his name on my work. Again, not this time. I called Nash Whitmore, my childhood friend. We grew up 3 houses apart. He became an investigative journalist, works for The Atlantic now. We hadn't spoken in 5 years, but I knew he'd answer. "Willa, is everything okay?" "No, Nash, I need help, and I need someone who'll believe something that sounds impossible. Try me. My son is a best-selling author, 7 books, millions of dollars, and I wrote every single word." Silence on the line. Then, "Do you have proof?" I looked at the 7 boxes, at the 13 years of emails on my computer, at the handwritten drafts in my own writing. Every page, every email, every word. "Then we need to move fast. Can you come to my office tomorrow?" Why the rush? Because if what you're telling me is true, your son has built a $40 million empire on fraud. And people who commit fraud that big, they don't just let it go. They eliminate threats. He's my son. He wouldn't. Willa, would the son you raised tell 200 people his mother was dead? Because if what you're telling me is true, your son has built a $40 million empire on fraud. And people who commit fraud that big, they don't just let it go. They eliminate threats. He's my son. He wouldn't. Willa, would the son you raised tell 200 people his mother was dead? I closed my eyes. No. But the man he's become might. The next morning, Barrett called. 6 a.m., didn't say hello. "Where's the draft?" "What draft?" "Don't play games, Mom. Book 8. Whispers in the Dark. You said you'd have 200 pages by now. My publisher is asking questions. Barrett, we need to talk about this arrangement." "There's nothing to talk about." His voice was sharp, angry. "I have a deadline in 6 weeks. I have a Today Show appearance where I'm announcing this book. And I have $12 million on the line. I need those pages. And if I don't give them to you," he laughed, bitter, cold, "then I lose everything. My career ends, and I'll make sure everyone knows it's because my senile mother sabotaged me. Who do you think they'll believe, Mom? The award-winning novelist, or the confused old woman who thinks she wrote books?" Senile, confused, old woman. That's what I'd become to him. Not his mother, not the woman who birthed him, not the woman who saved his career, just an obstacle. "I'm not giving you the manuscript, Barrett. We'll see about that." He hung up. I sat there holding the phone. My hand was shaking, not from fear, from rage. That afternoon they came back. Barrett, Sloan, and a stranger in a gray pantsuit carrying a leather folder. I answered the door. "What's this?" "Family meeting, Mom." Barrett pushed past me into my house. My house, the one I'd owned for 40 years. The woman in gray smiled. Professional. Fake. "Mrs. Thornton, I'm Diana Mercer. I'm a geriatric care consultant. Your son asked me to stop by for a quick chat." I didn't agree to this. Sloan was already in my living room, setting up her phone on the bookshelf. Recording. "Willa, it's just a few questions. If you're as sharp as you claim, this should be easy." They sat me down in my own living room like I was on trial. Diana pulled out a clipboard, started asking questions. "What year is it?" 2024. "Who is the president?" I answered correctly. She checked her boxes, kept going. "Can you count backward from 100 by sevens?" I did it perfectly. 100, 93, 86, 79, all the way to 2. Diana made notes. Then she looked up, smiled that professional smile. Can you tell me what you did? Yesterday, Mrs. Thornton? I worked on a manuscript, a novel I've been writing. She means she was organizing old papers. Barrett interrupted. She gets confused about what's real and what's in her head. It's been getting worse. Diana wrote something down. I saw the words, delusions of authorship. That's not what I said. I'm writing a book. I've written 7 books. Mom, please. Barrett's voice was gentle now, the voice he uses when he's lying. You helped me with research. You read early drafts, but you're mixing up your role in the process. Sloan was at my desk, taking pictures. Look at this clutter. Papers everywhere, half-finished coffee cups. This isn't normal. That's my workspace. It's hoarding behavior, Willa. She took more pictures. Classic sign of cognitive decline. I stood up. Get out of my house. Diana kept writing. Hostility, paranoia, refusing assistance from family members. I'm not paranoid. You're trying to... Mom! Barrett stood, put his hand on my shoulder. I jerked away. We're worried about you. Living alone in this big house, forgetting things, getting confused about reality. We think it's time to consider other living arrangements. He pulled out a brochure, Magnolia Gardens, a nursing home. I don't need assisted living. You left the stove on last week, Mom. You could have burned the house down. I was boiling water and the phone rang. You forgot Jude's birthday. My grandson, 16 years old. I didn't forget his birthday. I sent him a card and a check for $200, but I didn't go to his party because I was finishing chapter 23 of Barrett's manuscript, the scene where the mother confronts her daughter. I wrote it at 2 in the morning while Barrett slept. I didn't forget. You did, Mom. He was really hurt. Ask him yourself. But Jude wasn't there. Just Barrett and Sloan and this woman with her clipboard, building a case against me in my own home. After they left, I locked the door, climbed back up to my attic, opened my computer. 847 emails between me and Barrett, spanning 13 years. Every single one about his books, his stories, his career. I opened one from 2018. Subject line, Chapter 15, Help. Mom, I'm stuck on the funeral scene. Can you draft it? You're better with emotions. I'll polish it and add my style. Just between us, like always. Thanks. B. Just between us, like always. Another email from 2020. Publisher wants 300 pages by Friday. Can you finish the last act? I'll edit and make it mine. Make it mine. My words, his name. I scrolled through them. Hundreds of emails, thousands of requests, 13 years of, can you help? And just this once. And you're so much better at this than me. He was right about that last part. I was better because I actually wrote. He just pretended. I printed every email, made copies of every manuscript, backed up every file to 3 different hard drives. If Barrett wanted war, I'd give him evidence. That night, Nash called. I found you a lawyer. Best copyright attorney in Georgia. Her name is Beverly Kincaid. Copyright attorney? Because that's what this is, Willa. Copyright fraud. He put his name on your work. He collected millions of dollars for books he didn't write. That's not just unethical, it's illegal. He's my son, Nash. And he's trying to have you committed to a nursing home, so you can't tell the truth. Do you understand what that means? He's choosing his career over your freedom. I looked at the brochure he'd left. Magnolia Gardens, starting at $6,000 a month. Memory care unit, locked doors, visiting hours. A prison for inconvenient mothers. Set up the meeting, I said. 2 days later, I sat in Beverly Kincaid's office, 10th floor, view of the Savannah River. She was 55, sharp eyes, expensive suit. She used to be Barrett's lawyer. He fired her 4 years ago. Why'd he fire you? I asked. Beverly smiled. Not the fake kind, the real kind. The kind that says she knows something. I asked too many questions. During contract negotiations for Book 4, the publisher's team wanted to discuss plot points. Barrett couldn't answer basic questions about his own characters. When I pressed him, he got defensive, said I was undermining him, fired me the next week. You suspected. I suspected something, but I never imagined this. She gestured to the boxes I'd brought. 7 boxes, 7 books, all in my handwriting. She opened the first one, Echoes of Autumn, pulled out the manuscript. 347 pages, every page covered in my handwriting. She flipped through pages, stopped on one. Read it aloud. Grief settled over him like winter frost, beautiful in its devastation, crystalline in its precision, and cold enough to stop the heart. She looked up at me. You wrote this. Every word. She pulled out another manuscript, Book 3, then Book 5. Comparing handwriting, all identical, all mine. Mrs. Thornton, Willa, I need to ask you something directly. Did you sign any agreement with Barrett? Any contract saying you'd ghostwrite for him? No, it started as helping. Just the first chapter, he said. Then it became the whole book, then another book, then 7 books. We never wrote anything down. It was just understood. Beverly leaned back in her chair. That's the best news you could have given me. How is that good news? Because without a written agreement, he has no legal claim to your work. Under copyright law, the author owns the copyright. Not who signs the publishing contract, not who puts their name on the cover. The person who actually writes the words owns them. And you can prove you wrote every word. She opened her laptop, pulled up a document. I took the liberty of having a forensic linguist analyze Barrett's books, all 7 novels, and I compared them to Barrett's actual writing, college essays, emails, social media posts. She turned the screen toward me. The novels show sophisticated vocabulary, complex sentence structure, consistent literary voice, and deep emotional intelligence. Barrett's personal writing is... She scrolled down. Well, see for yourself. I read an email Barrett sent to his publisher last year. The book is going great. I'm really excited about this one. It's got good characters and a cool plot. Can't wait for you to read it. Then a paragraph from Book 6. She stood at the edge of memory, where yesterday dissolved into tomorrow, and wondered if forgetting was mercy or theft. Night and day, a child's crayon drawing next to the Mona Lisa. He didn't write any of it, Beverly said. The linguistic analysis proves it. You have a distinct authorial voice. He doesn't have one at all. What does that mean? Legally, it means we can void every contract he signed, every publishing deal, every movie option, because he committed fraud. He sold rights to intellectual property he didn't own. Your intellectual property. My hands were shaking. What happens to him? He returns everything. Every dollar he made from your work, plus statutory damages, plus legal fees. We're talking $40 to $50 million. The room tilted. I gripped the armrest. And his career? I asked. Beverly's face was neutral, professional. Over. Publishers don't forgive fraud. He'll be blacklisted. No one will touch him. He's my son. He tried to have you committed, Willa. To a nursing home. To silence you. That's not love. That's self-preservation. I closed my eyes. Saw Barrett at age 6, bringing me dandelions from the yard. At 12, reading his first chapter book and saying, I want to write stories like this, Mom. At 25, crying in my kitchen because his manuscript got rejected for the 19th time. Then I saw him 2 days ago. Cold eyes. You're embarrassing me. Just go home. What do I need to do? Beverly pulled out a contract. Sign this. Retain me as your attorney. Then we document everything before he can destroy evidence. After that, she paused. After that, we make him face the truth. I signed. That evening, I called Barrett. I finished Book 8, all 400 pages. Come get the manuscript. He arrived within an hour, eager, relieved. He actually hugged me at the door. Thank God, Mom. I was worried you were going to be difficult about this. We sat at the dining table, the same table where he'd brought the nursing home brochure 3 days earlier. Before I give it to you, I have some questions. Barrett checked his watch. Mom, I don't have time for... Chapter 7. The protagonist confronts her father about a childhood trauma. What happens in that scene? He blinked. What? Why does it matter? Just answer the question. It's emotional. She's angry. He apologizes. There's a storm outside. There's no storm. It happens at breakfast. Right, breakfast. I don't have every detail memorized. Describe the father. What does he look like? Barrett rubbed his face. He's older. Gray hair. Kind of stern. He's 42. Dark hair. Scar above his left eyebrow from a fishing accident. You don't know because you didn't write it. Silence. Heavy and horrible. I helped write it. We collaborate. Show me something you've written. I leaned forward. Anything. 1 paragraph, 1 page, anything original that came from your mind. This is ridiculous. Just give me the manuscript. Show me, Barrett. Prove you're a writer. Write 1 paragraph right now about anything. I'll wait. He stood up. His chair scraped against the floor. I don't have to prove anything to you. I'm the one with 7 bestsellers. I'm the one with millions of readers. I'm the one they interview and photograph and celebrate. Because you stole my words. I didn't steal anything. You volunteered. You wanted to help. I said I'd help with the first chapter. 1 chapter, Barrett. Not 7 books. Not 13 years of your career. His face was red now, angry. You don't have a choice here, Mom. Give me the manuscript. No. He slammed his hand on the table. The same table where we used to do his homework, where I taught him to read, where he used to tell me about his dreams of being a writer. I'll get a court order, he said. I'll have you declared incompetent. I'll get power of attorney, and I'll take everything in this house, including that manuscript and all those files you've been hoarding in your attic. Blood went cold. You've been in my office? Sloan found it last week while you were at the grocery store. We know what you've been saving. All those handwritten drafts, the emails, the evidence of your confusion. That's not confusion. That's proof I wrote everything. That's proof you helped, that you assisted. And when I tell the court you're claiming you wrote my books that have my name on them, my contracts, my ISBN numbers, they'll see it as exactly what Diana said. Delusions of authorship. Classic dementia. He walked to the door, turned back. You have until Friday. Give me the manuscript or I'll have you in Magnolia Gardens by Monday. Locked wing, 24-hour supervision, and no one will believe a single word you say. The door slammed. I sat there, frozen. He'd been in my office, seen my evidence. He knew everything, and he was going to bury me anyway. That's when Nash stepped out from the hallway. He'd been hiding there the whole time, recording everything on his phone. Got it, he said quietly. Every word, every threat. I looked at him, my childhood friend, the only person who believed me. What do we do now? Now? Nash smiled, not a happy smile, a determined one. Now we burn his empire to the ground. The next morning, Beverly filed an emergency motion. Temporary restraining order preventing Barrett from accessing my property or making any medical decisions on my behalf. The judge granted it within 4 hours. Barrett called 17 times. I didn't answer. Then Sloan called. Willa, what are you doing? Barrett just got served with a restraining order. This is insane. Tell your husband to stop threatening me. He's trying to help you. We all are. You're not well. I'm perfectly well. And I'm done being silent. I hung up. Nash was already writing. The article that would change everything. He'd been working on it for a week, interviewing me, gathering evidence, building the case. When does it publish? I asked. 2 days. Friday morning, front page of the Atlantic website. By Friday afternoon, it'll be everywhere. And then? He looked at me seriously. Then the whole world knows the truth. and Barrett's career ends. Publicly, permanently. Are you ready for that? I thought about the bookstore, Barrett telling 200 people I was dead. I thought about the nursing home brochure, the threats, the years of invisibility. I'm ready. Friday morning, 5 a.m., my phone started ringing. Nash. It's live. The article just posted. I opened my laptop. There it was. Front page of The Atlantic. The ghost behind the glory. How Barrett Thornton built a $40 million career on his mother's words. Below the headline was a photo. Me, sitting at my desk in the attic, surrounded by manuscripts, my face calm, determined. The article was 8,000 words. Nash had included everything. The handwritten manuscripts, side-by-side comparisons of my handwriting and the published books, the emails, the linguistic analysis, photos of Barrett's college essays next to paragraphs from his novels. The evidence was undeniable. By 6 a.m., the article had 50,000 views. By 7, 200,000. By 8, it was trending on every social media platform. My phone wouldn't stop ringing. I turned it off. At 9, Nash called from his office line. Willa, it's exploding. Every major news outlet is picking it up. CNN, NBC, BBC. Publishers Weekly just called me. So did Good Morning America. They want interviews. With me? Everyone wants to talk to you. You're the story of the year. I walked to my window, looked out at my quiet street, at the oak tree I planted 40 years ago, at the garden where I used to grow tomatoes before I spent all my time writing Barrett's books. My street wasn't quiet anymore. There were cars, vans with satellite dishes, reporters on my lawn. They're outside my house, I said. Don't talk to them yet. Let the article do its work. Let Barrett respond first, because he will respond. And when he does? Nash paused. When he does, he's going to make it worse. Barrett made it worse. By noon, he posted a statement on social media. The allegations in today's article are false and deeply hurtful. My mother helped with early drafts of my novels, as many writers rely on editors and beta readers. But the books are mine. My vision, my voice, my work. She's elderly and confused about her role in the creative process. I'm heartbroken that she's been convinced to make these claims. I love my mother and hope she gets the help she needs. The comments section exploded. Calling your own mother confused and senile? Disgusting. The evidence is right there. Handwriting samples, emails. He's lying. This is what abusers do. Gaslight. Make the victim seem crazy. I believe Willa. By 2 p.m., his publisher released a statement. We are investigating these allegations. Barrett Thornton's upcoming book tour has been suspended pending review. By 4 p.m., the movie studio announced they were pausing production on the film adaptations. By 6 p.m., Barrett agreed to an interview with Good Morning America, Damage Control. It aired the next morning. I watched it in my living room. Nash sat beside me, Beverly on the other side. The interviewer was professional but sharp. Mr. Thornton, your mother has provided extensive evidence that she wrote your novels, handwritten manuscripts, emails where you explicitly ask her to write chapters. How do you respond? Barrett looked tired, defensive. My mother and I collaborated. Every writer has people who contribute, but the emails show you asking her to draft entire sections, to finish acts, to write scenes you couldn't complete. Quote, Mom, I'm stuck. Can you draft the funeral scene? You're better at emotions. That's not collaboration. That's ghostwriting. It was a partnership. A partnership where only your name appears on the books? Where you collected all the money and credit? She wanted to help me succeed. Did she? Or did you pressure her? Take advantage of her? Because the article mentions you recently tried to have her committed to memory care right before this story broke. That seems convenient. Barrett's face went red. She needs help. She's making false accusations. Can you tell us the plot of your first novel? Right now? Just a basic summary? I watched Barrett freeze, saw the panic in his eyes. It's about a woman dealing with loss, family secrets, betrayal, the complexity of grief. What's the protagonist's name? Silence, long and damning. Mr. Thornton, what's your main character's name? It's Eleanor. No, wait. Margaret. It's Margaret Stone. You couldn't remember your own protagonist's name. The interviewer leaned forward. Mr. Thornton, have you actually read the books that have your name on them? The interview ended 2 minutes later. Barrett walked off set. The clip went viral. 12 million views in 24 hours. Late-night comedy shows played it. Memes everywhere. Now Barrett Can't Remember trended for 3 days. His career was imploding in real time. Publishers Weekly ran a follow-up investigation. They interviewed Barrett's college professors. His creative writing teacher from 20 years ago went on record. Barrett was a C student in my class. He struggled with basic narrative structure. The sophistication in these published novels is far beyond anything he demonstrated as a student. Book reviewers went back through his novels with new eyes, started noticing the consistent voice, the emotional depth, the literary quality that Barrett had never shown in interviews or public appearances. One reviewer wrote, "I've interviewed Barrett Thornton 3 times. Each time he struggled to articulate his themes. He gave vague, surface-level answers. He couldn't discuss his own metaphors. Now I understand why. They weren't his metaphors. They were his mother's." Within a week, everything collapsed. His publisher dropped him, terminated his contract, demanded he return the advance for Book 8. $12 million he didn't have because he couldn't deliver a manuscript he couldn't write. The movie studio canceled the adaptations, sued him for breach of contract. Bookstores removed his novels from shelves. Some put them in a special section labeled controversial authors. Others returned them to the publisher. Foreign publishers demanded refunds. Literary awards were revoked. The Writers Guild expelled him. Sloane filed for divorce, released a statement through her lawyer. "I cannot be associated with fraud and deception. My career as a literary agent depends on integrity." Barrett's social media accounts filled with thousands of comments, angry readers, betrayed fans, people demanding refunds, people calling him a fraud, a thief, a liar. He deleted everything, went silent. But I wasn't done. Beverly filed the copyright lawsuit 2 weeks after the article. Willa Mae Thornton versus Barrett Thornton. We sued for full copyright ownership of all 7 novels, restitution of all royalties, statutory damages for fraud, and legal fees. The trial was set for 6 weeks later. Barrett tried to settle. His lawyer called Beverly 3 times offering deals. Split the royalties, share credit, make it go away quietly. Beverly asked me each time, "Do you want to settle?" "No, I want the truth on record, in a courtroom, under oath. I want him to admit what he did. He won't admit it willingly. Then we'll prove it." The trial lasted 3 days. Chatham County Courthouse, standing room only. Reporters lined the hallway. Cameras everywhere. I wore my mother's pearls, sat straight in my chair, answered every question clearly. Beverly presented our evidence methodically, carefully, like building a house brick by brick. The handwritten manuscripts, all 7 books, 300 to 400 pages each, every page in my handwriting. The emails, 847 of them, printed and organized chronologically. 13 years of Barrett asking for help, asking me to write chapters, scenes, entire acts. The Google Docs edit history, showing me as the original author on every document, showing Barrett making only minor edits after I finished. The linguistic analysis, a forensic linguist testified for 90 minutes, explained how the novels showed a consistent authorial voice, sophisticated vocabulary, complex sentence structures, emotional intelligence. Then she showed Barrett's actual writing, college papers, emails, social media posts, simple sentences, basic vocabulary. The complexity wasn't there. These are two completely different writers, the linguist said. The person who wrote the novels and the person who wrote these emails are not the same individual. Barrett's lawyer tried to argue collaboration. Mrs. Thornton helped with drafts. That's common in publishing. Editors, beta readers, writing partners. Beverly cut him off. Your Honor, may I present Exhibit J? She held up a contract. This is a standard ghostwriting agreement. It specifies terms, payment, credit, rights. In legitimate collaborations, both parties sign agreements. Mrs. Thornton never signed anything. She was never paid. Her name appears nowhere, because Mr. Thornton never intended to share credit. He intended to steal her work. Then came Barrett's college professor, Dr. Raymond Chen, 73 years old, taught creative writing at Georgia State for 40 years, retired now. He testified under oath. I taught Barrett Thornton in 2003 and 2004, 2 semesters. He was a C student. He struggled with basic narrative structure, character development, dialogue. His final project was a short story, 15 pages. I still have it. Beverly projected it on the screen. Barrett's college story, about a man who finds a lost dog. The writing was flat, lifeless. The dog was brown. It looked sad. The man felt bad for it. He took it home. Then Beverly showed a paragraph from Echoes of Autumn. Grief is not linear. It circles back, doubles over itself, creates labyrinths where yesterday and tomorrow collapse into a single unbearable now. She learned this standing at his grave, where the earth was still fresh and her breath came in fractured pieces, each one sharp enough to cut. Dr. Desmond shook his head. The student who wrote the dog story could not have written that paragraph. Not without a fundamental transformation in skill that I've never witnessed in 40 years of teaching. The gap in ability is insurmountable. Barrett's lawyer stood. People improve over time. Mr. Thornton worked hard. No writer improves from that. Dr. Desmond pointed at the dog story. To that, he pointed at the novel excerpt. In 2 years, or even 10 years, the sophistication gap is too wide. This is not improvement. This is a different author. The courtroom was silent. Barrett sat at his table, pale, staring at his hands. His lawyer called him to testify. It was a mistake. Beverly's cross-examination was surgical. Mr. Thornton, can you describe your writing process for Echoes of Autumn? I start with character outlines, then plot structure, then I draft chapters. According to your emails, you asked your mother to draft the first 3 chapters because you were blocked. Is that accurate? I was collaborating with her. The email says, and I quote, "Mom, I can't do this. The words won't come. Can you write the opening and I'll polish it?" Does that sound like collaboration? I meant we'd work together. But you didn't work together. She wrote, you edited, minor changes, then you put your name on it. She wanted to help. Did she? Or did you ask her to write your book because you couldn't do it yourself? Barrett's jaw tightened. I'm a writer. I have 7 best-selling novels, written by your mother. Beverly held up a manuscript. This is book 3, Fractured Light. All 392 pages, handwritten by Willa Thornton. Can you produce any pages, any evidence of your original writing for this book? I don't keep early drafts. Because they don't exist, your mother has every draft, every outline, every character sketch in her handwriting. You have nothing. Silence. Mr. Thornton, can you tell the court what happens in chapter 14 of Silent Waters? I don't remember every chapter. It's your book. You wrote it. According to you, what happens in chapter 14? There's a confrontation between the protagonist and her sister. Quote, "There's no sister in that book. The protagonist is an only child." Barrett's face drained of color. You haven't read your own books, have you? You couldn't, because you didn't write them. You don't know the plots, the characters, the themes, because they came from your mother's imagination, not yours. Barrett's lawyer objected. The judge overruled. Beverly wasn't finished. One final question, Mr. Thornton. If you truly wrote these books, write something now. I'll give you 30 minutes. Write one page about anything. Show this court you can produce the quality of prose that appears in these novels. That's not, I can't perform under pressure. Your mother wrote 400 pages while you planned a book tour. She wrote under pressure. She wrote while cooking dinner and grading papers and managing a household. If you're the writer you claim to be, write one page. The judge leaned forward. I'll allow it. Mr. Thornton, you have 30 minutes. You may use the conference room. Barrett looked at his lawyer. His lawyer whispered urgently. Barrett shook his head. I can't. Not right now. I'm too stressed. You can't because you never could, Beverly said quietly. Because you're not a writer. You never were. You're a fraud who built a career on your mother's talent. The judge called a recess. In the hallway, reporters swarmed. Nash stood beside me. That was brutal. How do you feel? Sad, I said honestly. I don't feel victorious. I feel like I'm watching my son being exposed as someone I don't recognize. He did this to himself. I know, that's what makes it sad. The verdict came the next day. The judge reviewed the evidence for 30 minutes. Then he spoke. I've presided over many cases in my career. This is one of the most clear-cut I've ever seen. The evidence is overwhelming and undeniable. Mrs. Willa Mae Thornton wrote 7 novels currently attributed to Mr. Barrett Thornton. She is the actual author. She owns the copyright. Mr. Thornton knowingly and fraudulently claimed authorship of works he did not create. He looked at Barrett. This court finds Mr. Barrett Thornton guilty of copyright fraud. The courtroom erupted. The judge's gavel came down. Order. Mrs. Thornton is entitled to full copyright ownership of all 7 novels. Mr. Thornton must return all royalties received from these works. The total amount, after review of financial records, is $38.7 million. Barrett made a sound, like something breaking. Additionally, statutory damages for fraud, $5 million. Legal fees, $800,000. Mr. Thornton is prohibited from claiming authorship or profiting from any derivative works based on Mrs. Thornton's intellectual property. The Book 8 manuscript, Whispers in the Dark, is legally the property of Mrs. Thornton. The judge closed his folder. Mr. Thornton, you stole 13 years of your mother's creative life. You built an empire on her words and tried to silence her when she sought recognition. This court hopes you understand the gravity of your actions. Court adjourned. Barrett stood, his lawyer's hand on his shoulder. He looked at me across the courtroom. For a moment, I saw him, really saw him. Not the famous author, not the fraud, just my son, lost, broken, destroyed. He mouthed 2 words. I'm sorry. Then he left. I sat there, in the empty courtroom, Beverly beside me, Nash taking notes. You won, Beverly said. Complete victory, everything you wanted. But I didn't feel like I'd won anything. I felt hollow. Outside, reporters shouted questions. Cameras flashed. Nash guided me to his car, drove me home through back streets to avoid the media circus. That evening, alone in my house, I made tea, sat in my living room, the room where Barrett used to do homework, where we'd read books together when he was small. My phone buzzed, a text from Piper, my granddaughter. Grandma, I'm so sorry for everything, for not saying anything, for watching them treat you that way. I was scared, but I should have been brave like you. Can I see you? I texted back. Come tomorrow. Bring Jude if he wants. If you're feeling everything I'm feeling right now, the justice, the sadness, the complicated mess of it all, hit that like button. Because this story isn't over yet. Stay with me. 6 months passed. The world moved on. New scandals, new stories. But the publishing industry didn't forget. Barrett's name became synonymous with fraud. Cautionary tale. Warning to writers everywhere. I received offers. So many offers. Publishers wanting to re-release the 7 novels under my name. Movie studios wanting to restart the adaptations. Interviewers wanting my story. I chose carefully. Apex Publishing, the same company that dropped Barrett, offered to republish all 7 books, but with new covers, new author photos, and a subtitle on each one. Originally published under a stolen identity, I signed the contract in a conference room in New York. The editor was young, enthusiastic. "We want to position this as a triumph, the real author finally getting her due." "It doesn't feel like triumph," I said. "It feels like uncovering a grave." "But you're free now. You can write under your own name." That was true. So I wrote. Book 8, Whispers in the Dark. The manuscript I'd refused to give Barrett, the one that ended his career and started mine. I rewrote the dedication page. "For everyone who's been invisible, your voice matters." The book launched in November, 6 months after the trial. It debuted at #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. Stayed there for 12 weeks. The reviews were beautiful, painful, vindicating. The Washington Post wrote, "Thornton's prose has always been stunning. Now we know why. This is what authentic voice sounds like when it's finally allowed to speak." NPR said, "Reading this book knowing the true story behind it adds layers of meaning. Every word about erasure, invisibility, and finding your voice feels earned." Because it was. Readers understood, they knew, and they showed up. Book signings sold out in hours, not because I was famous, because they wanted to witness it. A woman in her 70s finally getting to write her own name on her own work. At my first signing in Savannah, Matt Henderson's bookstore, the same place Barrett had said I was dead, 200 people came. The line wrapped around the block. An elderly woman approached my table. She was crying. "I spent 40 years as a secretary, writing speeches for my boss. He won a presidential medal for a speech I wrote. His name on the award, not mine. I thought I was crazy to be angry about it. Thank you for showing me I wasn't." I signed her book, held her hand. "You weren't crazy. You were erased, and I'm sorry." That happened over and over. Women, always women, telling me their stories. The ideas they'd given bosses who got promoted. The inventions they'd created that husbands patented. The art they'd made that boyfriends sold under their own names. An epidemic of erasure, everywhere. So I started a foundation, the Ghosted Writers Fund, $5 million from my settlement. Its mission, support writers seeking authorship credit, legal aid for copyright disputes, grants for women over 60 trying to publish, scholarships for invisible voices. The launch event was in Atlanta. 200 people attended, writers, lawyers, advocates. I gave a speech, short, direct. For 13 years, I was a ghost. I wrote stories that touched millions of hearts, but my name was nowhere. I was invisible, erased, silenced. But I'm not alone. Across this country, there are thousands of writers, mostly women, who create work that others claim. Sometimes by contract, sometimes by theft, sometimes by quiet expectation that we should stay humble, supportive, invisible. This fund is for them, for us. Your name matters. Your voice matters. The world deserves to know who really wrote the story. So if you've been ghostwriting, hiding, sacrificing your voice, it's not too late. Write your name. Claim your truth. Never let anyone steal it again. The room stood. Applause for 3 minutes. Afterward, a young woman approached. 25. Nervous. "My boyfriend is an influencer. He posts content I write, gets brand deals worth thousands, tells everyone he's a creator. But I write everything. The captions, the scripts, everything. I don't know what to do." I gave her Beverly's card. "Start documenting, screenshots, drafts, everything. Then decide if you want credit or if you want out. But don't stay invisible because he asks you to." She hugged me. "Thank you." That night, back home in Savannah, someone knocked on my door. Barrett. I almost didn't recognize him. He'd lost weight, looked older. His car was a 10-year-old Honda, not the Tesla he used to drive. "Can I come in?" I hesitated, then stepped aside. We sat at the dining table, The same table where this all started, where he'd slammed his hand and demanded the manuscript. "I'm sorry." His voice cracked. "I've said it before, but I need to say it again. I'm sorry for stealing your work, for trying to silence you, for calling you senile, for 13 years of lies." I was terrified. When the first book succeeded, I thought I could write the second one myself, but I couldn't. So I asked for help again, and again, until I was trapped in a lie so big I couldn't escape without destroying everything. "So you tried to destroy me instead?" "Yes." Tears on his face. "I did, and I'll never forgive myself." "What are you doing now?" "Working at a bookstore in Athens, stocking shelves, minimum wage. Sloan took the house in the divorce, took most of the money. I'm living in a studio apartment, alone." "Are you writing?" He shook his head. "I can't. Every time I try, I see your words on the page, not mine, because I never had any." "You were right. I'm not a writer. I never was." We sat in silence, the clock on the wall ticking. "Will you forgive me?" he asked. "Ever?" I looked at my son, the man who'd stolen 13 years of my creative life, who'd tried to lock me away, who'd built an empire on my words and called me crazy when I asked for recognition. "I don't know," I said honestly. "Maybe someday. But right now, I need you to leave. I have work to do." He stood, walked to the door, turned back. "For what it's worth, you're the most talented writer I've ever known. The books were beautiful because you wrote them. I'm sorry I made you hide that." After he left, I climbed the stairs to my attic office, the room that used to be a prison, where I wrote in secret, where I created worlds under someone else's name. Now it was mine, truly mine. My computer screen glowed. Book 9, The Invisible Ones. 50,000 words in, another 100,000 to go. A story about women who've been erased, who find their voices, who refuse to stay silent. A knock on the door, softer this time. "Grandma?" Jude, my grandson, 16 now, taller than last time I saw him. "Can I ask you something?" "Always." "How do you find your voice? As a writer? Your real voice?" I smiled, gestured to the chair beside my desk. "You stop waiting for permission to speak. You stop asking if you're good enough. You stop letting other people define your worth. You write, and you put your name on it. And you never apologize for taking up space." He looked at my screen, at the pages of my new novel. "Will you teach me to write like you?" "I'll teach you to write like you. That's better." He smiled, started visiting twice a week, learning, writing, finding his voice. Piper came too, changed her major to creative writing, working on her first novel. We'd sit together in my office. 3 generations, all writing, all using our own names. One afternoon, a package arrived from Barrett. Inside was a notebook, leather-bound, expensive, a note tucked inside. "Mom, I can't write, but maybe you can fill this with words that matter, words that are truly yours. I love you. I'm sorry. -B." I opened the notebook, blank pages, hundreds of them, waiting. I picked up a pen, wrote on the first page, "This belongs to Willa Mae Thornton, writer, author, voice, my voice, finally, truly, mine." They tried to bury me, to erase me, to make me disappear into silence and shame. But here's what they didn't understand. I am a writer, and writers don't disappear. We become stories. This is mine, finally, truly, mine. To every woman who's been told to be quiet, to step back, to let someone else shine, your story isn't over, it's just beginning. Pick up the pen, write your name, and never ever let anyone steal it again. Book 9, published the following spring, debuted at #1, stayed on the list for 26 weeks. I kept writing, kept speaking, kept showing up for the invisible ones, because I'd been invisible for 13 years. And now I was seen, on my terms, in my words, with my name. Willa Mae Thornton, writer, author, the voice that refused to stay silent. Thank you for witnessing my story. If it moved you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more true stories of resilience and courage. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Your voice matters. Don't let anyone silence it. Until next time, keep speaking your truth. See you in the next story. This video is created for storytelling and entertainment purposes only. While the story is based on true life events, it has been brought to life with the help of AI-assisted tools for narration and dramatization. Viewer discretion is advised.